What scares us often reflects the most pressing issues on our minds. In an effort to demonstrate psychological development, I asked 12 students about their experiences with fear.
I was most afraid of the flush monster, which was a monster that would come out of the toilet at school when you flush the toilet. And it would come out of the toilet, it would slither out, and it would eat you alive.
I remember being really afraid of cartoon characters. I was really scared of Cruella de Vil and Swiper from Dora the Explorer. I literally had nightmares about these characters. I would dream in cartoon.
The dark. I was probably most afraid of getting lost, getting separated from my parents.
Can it be oddly specific? When I was 5, my dad took me to Jillian's, which is basically the old version of Dave & Buster's, and we played Mortal Kombat, and at the end of the game, my character got kicked down into a hole with 3 swords at the bottom, and she violently died, and that terrified me, and I used to have nightmares about it every night for years. So that specific moment was what I was most scared of as a child.
I'd say definitely spiders and snakes. That's a pretty basic answer, but yeah.
Probably the dark, because I was scared of not knowing what was in the dark. Fear of the unknown.
I would say I was most afraid of people seeing me cry. I was a big tomboy. I needed to protect my tomboy rep. Basically just scared that people would think that I was very sensitive.
When I was youngest, I was most afraid of the dark.
When I was little, I think that was probably the dark, because you don't know what's out there.
My parents took me on Tower of Terror at Disney World when I was 5 or 6, and I was literally screaming the whole entire time, I thought I was gonna die. And so I guess I never wanted to go on that ride again until I was older.
I was most afraid of gremlins. They were so creepy looking, and then they put the gremlin in the blender and I just lost it. I just could not handle that.
People's opinions of me, because I wanted to fit in middle school.
I feel like everything sort of fell under the umbrella of being afraid of being gay.
I was worried that even my friends thought I was weird, because obviously the people who bullied me thought I was weird.
I was most afraid of being fat because in elementary school and up through 5th grade I had been quite heavy, and it was something that made me feel very bad about myself, and I was afraid of being like that again.
Not being popular.
Spiders. Don't know why, because they have 8 legs and they're fucking scary.
Not fitting in and not being normal.
Mean Girls.
Not fitting in.
I don't want to get really deep, but basically just not being able to fit in with the boys, or just being, read as anything other than whatever that sort of archetype is,
Probably school related, honestly. Failing or doing bad in school. That was probably my worst fear in middle school.
I was scared of that all my friends actually hated me. Middle school was a very tumultuous social time, and I saw a lot of people kind of turning on their friends because people started to mature differently. So I would say I was scared that my friends hated me.
The future, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Today I'm most afraid of mediocrity.
First thing is being completely alone. Very scared of that. And that I will never feel fulfilled in life. And that I will be too idealist and be always searching for something that is even more fulfilling and can do more good than what I'm doing now. My whole life I just spend it trying to do more and more and more and more, and then I just never get there.
Now I'm afraid of not making the most of life and doing lots of stuff.
Planning my future, doing something that I want to do, or not finding something I want to do.
Heights. I'm most afraid of heights now. Don't know why as well. Because what if you fall?
Probably change. I feel a lot of my life is kind of ambiguous at the moment, and I wish everything was concrete, because everything's changing, and I kind of just want everything to be cohesive and nice.
Not getting a job after school.
probably not living up to my expectations.
I'm afraid of failing like in college and then like having to figure out what else I'm gonna do and switch my whole like plan around.
Having nothing lined up after college, like literally just graduating and then just doing nothing. Mine is having a meaningless job and then dying and feeling like I am not happy with the things I've created / done. Deep and real.
Just about every answer in these interviews corroborated the principles of psychological development, be it through childhood to adulthood and everything in between. In watching this video, I would hope that you can now see not only the psychological principles of development, but also that many of us share the same very real fears.